Hi everyone, today we are diving into a very specific production detail from Undercover Miss Hong that reveals a lot about Park Shin-hye's mindset during filming. And that is the way she described the core elements of the drama herself. In production interviews, she identified three key aspects she focused on: comedy, ensemble acting, and warmth, which is interesting because it shows that she did not approach the project primarily as a crime investigation or disguised story, but as something that needed emotional balance and human connection. This perspective explains why her performance feels different from a typical undercover narrative. Instead of playing the role purely as a strategic mission, she leaned into the relationships between characters, the awkwardness of pretending to be younger, and the everyday interactions inside the workplace. That decision changes the tone of the entire drama, because it prevents the story from becoming too cold or procedural, even though the central plot involves financial corruption and hidden agendas. Another interesting detail from the same production context is her statement about pressure. She openly admitted that playing a 20-year-old was psychologically difficult, not because of physical appearance, but because audiences already know exactly what she looked like in her 20s, having watched her grow up on screen. That creates a unique constraint where the performance cannot rely on illusion alone. It has to be convincing at a behavioral level. This kind of pressure is rarely discussed in acting analysis, but it matters a lot for someone like Park Shin-hye. Most actors reinvent themselves over time without carrying a fully documented visual history from childhood to adulthood, but in her case, every attempt to portray youth is automatically compared to her real past. That makes the success of the undercover concept less about makeup or styling and more about how she adjusts voice, posture, timing, and social reactions. So when we look at Undercover Miss Hong through this lens, it becomes more than just a genre experiment. It becomes a study of how an actress with a long public history can still manipulate perception on screen, and that raises an interesting question: does having such a visible past limit transformation? Or does it make successful transformation even more impressive?